Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Parx Racing here on Tuesday. It is the 19th of August, 2025. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the stakes action. Races 10 and 11 from Park. Some really good races here. Local prep races for Pennsylvania Derby Day. The 10th race, it is the Smarty Jones Stakes. It's going for a $200,000 purse race for 3-year-olds here. 7 horses are contesting the distance of ground of 1,700 meters or a mile 16th here in the Smarty Jones. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the number 4 horse Hypness as a top selection. We're going to go 4-3-5-1 in the superfecta. 4-3-5-1 super. Top selection 4 horse Hypness. This 3-year-old called by Into the Mischief here. Kenneth McPeak trains. Brian Hernandez Jr. gets the mount. Blinkers off today. They tried the blinkers the last few outings, and I just don't know if he was really connecting with it. He ran most recently in the Curlin up at Saratoga, mile and the eighth on the 24th of July, and he finished sixth by 16 and a quarter lengths that day. And he just didn't show up that day. He was wide throughout, and he never, like I said, just never really got going. So I think the equipment change is really going to be to his liking. Also, it was a very tough Curlin stakes. Chancellor McPatrick, who won that day, is a decent horse, so he did get beat by a decent horse on the day. He ran two back in optional 125 at Churchill, mile 16th, 1st of June, and he won by a length that day. And he saw some good pace to close up into. It was a little bit wide, but he went off clear. That was a very good run. If you're a little bit wide and have some, deep closing, not deep closing, but you can close up on this track from wide trip at Park. No, I would never want to be on the rail here, but that four path isn't half bad at all. He ran two back on the on Derby weekend at Churchill, mile 16th, option 125, where he finished second by 3 quarters length. Goal orientated, decent horse on the day, took off clear. This horse is just wide, just a little bit too wide and a little bit too late, but he did gain a lot of ground that day. And then he was on the Derby trail, ran in the Lexington where he ran an okay fourth, where he had a bit of a troubled trip. Came back to prior to that run, the Louisiana Derby, where he never got going from a stupidly wide post draw. And then he had a lot of traffic in the Rebel, which really cost him, where he had to stop a few times. But, he showed potential in those Churchill races back in June. Coming here, blinkers off, training well in the Oklahoma. I'm going to give him a shot here with a change of scenery. 3 horse Tip Top Thomas for Johnny B and Todd. He did wonders. First started around 2 turns in the Indiana Derby at Indiana over the mile 16th back in the 5th of July, winning by 3 quarters length. He won on the front end quite nicely with some fast fractions, 109 and 1 to 3 quarters. They were flying, and he still held on. He's come back here around 2 turns, has run some good races around the 1 turn at Aqueduct that could definitely win here. I'm going to give him a shot here, 2-1 on the ticket, and go with the 5 horse Happily Delusional for Paco and Luis Linder. The local horse here, he hasn't run half bad on this track. If there's going to be a horse gaining some ground, it could be him. Like him off the bench, he's training well. Give him a shot on the ticket. He's a course winner. But to recount my selection for the 10th from Parks, it is the Smarty Jones. Going to take the 4 horse Hypness, give kudos to the 3 horse Tip Top Thomas and the 5 horse Happily Delusional. 4-3-5-1 Super, 4-3-5 in the multi race. The 11th race from Parks, very good betting race here. The 11th race, it's Cathryn Sophia Stakes. It's going for a $200,000 purse. Races for 3-year-old fillies. 15 horses were entered, but only 14 could go the mile 70 yards on the main track. I'm going to go take the 1 horse Sweet Seraphine as a top selection. We're going to go 1923 in the superfecta. 1923 super. Top selection 1 horse Sweet Seraphine. This 3-year-old filly by Quality Road. Cherie DeVoe trains. Javier Castellano gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently on the 22nd of June at Aqueduct, 1 mile in the Wilton Stakes. And he won by a head that day, and he didn't get out of the gate at all. Stumbled out of the gate, was last most of the race, but he had that 1 run late, and he really had that good 1 run late, quick enough nicely, so good pace to close up to, and that was a quite impressive run after all said and done. He's going to come around here for 2 turns for the first time. Don't like that he's on the rail here, but I think he could, find a trip to win. Getting, expert hands with Javier Castellano helps a lot also. He ran 2 back in the main Smashway at Churchill, 1 turn mile 24th of May, and he won by a nose that day, and again, he sat back early, was very wide, but he closed up well into lane and got the job done. First starts as a 3-year-old, first start since August of the prior year. That was a very good race. His only start as a 2-year-old came at Ellis, going 6th back in August in the main special. Finished third by 1.5 lengths. He was off and on the lead throughout. Echo Sound, who won that day, was a decent horse, went on to win next start out. The second place finisher was the next star winner. This horse was the next star winner. It was quite a good race there. She just couldn't keep up with those horses there. She's training well on the Oklahoma since her last race. Biggest test will be the inside poster and the 2 turns, but I think she could overcome that. I'll use her on the ticket. I think the 9 horse here, Decadent for Brian Hernandez and Kenneth McPeak can win also. Hasn't been seen since the 1st of March that came at Oakland, mile 16th, an optional 200 claimer, where she won by 3 lengths, closing up from the back of the pack. It was stupidly wide, but she gained some ground. I thought it was a very good effort. First start around 2 turns. On debut, she ran on the slop at Gulfstream, 7/8 mile, the main special, where she won by 3.5 lengths, and from a tracking trip, she came home clear. She's been on the bench since early March, but her workout pounds recently haven't been half bad at all. Refreshing here at 6-1. I'll give her a shot on the ticket. And even the 2 horse Table Flirt was a winner over the Wilson Mile quite easily at Saratoga back in July the 13th. Won by 4.25 lengths, much the best winner. Prior to that, she ran over the Wilson Mile in a very tough option 50 against all the horses Belmont Stakes weekend, where she placed well against those horses, if not the best beginnings. She's going to have to break well here today. Coming up from the back of the pack, I'll give her a shot at 5-1. But to recap my selection for the co-feature 11th race in Parx, it's the Cathryn Sophia. Going to take the winner, Sweet Seraphine. Give kudos to the 9 horse Decadent and the 2 horse Table Flirt. 1923 Super, 192 in the multi race. So good luck to them. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everybody.